Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Dahlia and today we are back on my coastal beach town Capri Sun working on a new video. We are doing a very fun build today. It is going to be a continuation from the previous video that I did, so if you haven't already, feel free to check it out. Link in the description for the entire playlist for this island that I've done so far, but also specifically for my last video. So today we're going to be working on a fun kind of like dock transition kind of area featuring a couple villagers' homes. So yeah, let's head over to that area and get started. A lot of work to do, and we gotta go do it. We gotta go do it. So let's go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really not in the mood to work on this.
I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today.
Because I have to do a bunch of pathing and I'm lazy. It's not even like pathing, it's I have to put sand pathing down and I hate putting sand pathing down, so I don't want to do it. I just want someone to do the pathing for me and then I can come back and just do the other stuff, you know, because I have to do so much sand pathing. Okay, let's just get started. I don't even have to technically do the sand pathing. I'm doing it so that it shows up on the map, which is such a dumb thing, but it's important to me. I do need the sand pathing for a portion of the video, but not for like the whole thing. You know, but it'll look good on the map because custom designs don't show up on the map, which personally I think is really stupid, but it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, we were working on the sand pathing, like I said, and originally this was going to be just kind of like a, you went off the second cliff and you go down, and then there was going to be like water, fake water with like some docks that kind of like led you along like a boardwalk kind of thing. And then it was going to lead up to the back of the island, but somehow I ended up including villagers' homes in the video, which is perfectly fine with me because I need to start including villagers' homes in this island because I've only done 2. So I really had to start, like, you know, being deliberate with creating builds that incorporate villagers' homes. I also still have to work on my museum and nooks, so I really have to start taking buildings into consideration for this island because I haven't been. I really haven't been, which is really kind of dumb of me, and it's my fault, but you know what? I never plan out my builds. You know this about me. You know I don't plan things.
You think you know me so well.
I do know you.
That's what I said.
Which makes, honestly, this video, I don't know, something I'm really proud of because honestly it turned out amazing and I'm very pleased with it, and I didn't plan it. Like I did, this part was planned. Like you see me placing like the pathing and everything. This part I did plan. I knew I wanted to do like a fun little transition bit with the pathing and then use a bunch of fake water pathing. And because this is a lookout area, I of course had to check to see if you could like see it decently from the cliff above, which you can. It looks really good once you guys see like the final overview of this area. Like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm incredibly proud of it. I think it turned out amazing. But anyways, we're working on this boardwalk, and this wasn't really like, once again, wasn't planned at all. I honestly just kind of was placing things down until I was kind of pleased with it because I wanted there to be enough space in between the pathing that I could put enough water terraforming, like the fake water, but also so it looked like a legitimate dock that you would see, you know, like on a beach somewhere. So it was a lot of like just really trial and error and just practicing, and, or not really practicing, just putting things down until I was pleased with it. But in the end, I was really pleased with it, and I love how it turned out. And once you put the water code down, it looks amazing in my opinion, and I'm very pleased with it. So
I'm so proud of you.
This is kind of like the general layout we had working with, and now we're going to be putting the water down. And originally, still, as I'm even putting this water code down, I didn't think I was going to be including villagers' homes in this particular build. I had an idea of putting a bunch of villagers' homes on the very left hand side of this area, which is like basically right up against my up against my beach, kind of. So I was gonna do like a couple of beach kind of huts, which I'm still gonna do. Probably just not specifically in this area, but probably more towards the bottom left-hand corner of my island and then like the front beaches. But yeah, I'm even doing like all of these log stakes. I'm putting half a tile in between each of them, just so one, I didn't have to use as many log stakes as I needed. Like, it didn't have to you basically almost do like a little less than double, but it also looks a little fun. It looks a little bit better. Kind of makes it more creative, a little more fun. I like experimenting with placements of items. I even do kind of a similar thing when I do this final little boardwalk area. You're gonna see me do in a little bit. But yeah, just trying to make it a little bit more different, a little bit more pleasing to the eye. So it's just half a tile separating them. It's kind of annoying to place it down because you're constantly checking them, but in the end it still looked really, really good. So now I have decided, okay, we're gonna do a couple of villagers' homes. So I already had Daisy on the island, but I decided to invite Bones to the island as well. I was debating getting Goldie too, but I've never had Daisy before, and I like that she fits the kind of whitish blue color scheme of the island. And then Bones is just like a white dog, so he goes really well, and he is one of my favorite dog villagers, and I love having him on my island. So I'm like, you know what, we'll do Bones and we'll do Daisy, and we'll give them a fun little area together. For some reason, I'm always grouping villagers together, usually by species. Like, the only other build I've done on this island so far is a small area from Marshall and Mint, who are both squirrels. So as you can see clearly, there is a theme going on. Will that be the same for the rest of the island? Maybe, maybe not. I do have a couple villagers that are just going to be single species. Like, I have Audie, and then I want to have June, who I already have, and then I'm going to get Rod, and probably not get any more of their species. So it's gonna be fun to experiment. But yeah, I put their houses down, and as you can see, I'm definitely in the middle of the build and not so much like off to the side as I originally thought I was going to be. But realistically, I kind of like this idea because it looks like their houses are just placed in the middle of these docks. I gave them incredibly small areas for their houses. You know me, I love decorating villagers' homes and making them kind of unique to each villager, but I kept it very minimal. I did the same thing with Mint and Marshall's houses in my other video for them, which one, by the way, like I said, it's in the description if you want to watch that video. But I did the same thing for Bones and Daisy. We're keeping it really simple, very minimal, and really just making sure that the focal point of this build is the actual fake like marina kind of build I'm doing. I did play around a little bit with the custom designs just so I had enough space to put some tables and chairs for them, but once again I kept it very, very simple for the tables and chairs, and I'm very pleased with how this looks. Their houses are basically decorated the same way. The only thing I changed was just the color of their doors, just to give it a little bit of distinction, but pretty much their houses are exactly the same. And then I did do the anchor wheel on their doors, which I think would look really, really cute. You know, it was very much in theme, and it's cute. I can't really say much about this area other than saying it's really, really cute.
Incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
And then just to kind of fill the space in a little bit more and add a couple more items in between the two houses, I got rid of some of the log stakes and replaced it with some barrels and some fishing items just to kind of add a little bit more. This build is going to be connected to the very back of the island, as you will see me decorate in a couple of minutes. And once again, each build that I'm kind of working on right now is just going to be kind of like a continuation to expand to the next one. So you'll kind of like a sneak peek of what's going to be coming for the next video probably. And now, because I have all this fake water, one thing I've always wanted to do, like something I've like always wanted to do.
No, I've just always wanted to do that.
For a summer island is just have a marina with just boats lined up. And I've never done it before. Like, I've obviously had like boats and fishing areas and boat harbors, but nothing to this extent where there's just like 10 or 15 boats just lined up beside each other. I don't even know how many I put, but Like there's a bunch and it looks really, really good. I think they look really nice lined up together. If you guys remember, my entrance build for this island was a fishing kind of port area. It's kind of like the same thing but extended. And I'm pleased with it. Can't say I'm not pleased with it. I'm really, really happy with it. So throughout the rest of the video, I do add a couple more items to the actual dock area, but pretty much I'm just adding some seaweed and some like little finishing touches. I'll add some like shells later, but essentially the dock area is officially finished. Now I had to add more sand pathing. I wasn't originally going to do this, but because I did want to include this white kind of boardwalk going along the left side of my island in the video, I decided to, you know what, just connect the spaces.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
So you're giving yourself kind of like a head start for the following builds. And if you guys remember my last video, I finished by putting that white incline, and now you can see why I put the white incline. And it's just, you know, continuation. Like here's where this part will start off. So I'm kind of giving future me kind of like a starting off point essentially. And because we put the white boardwalk, we're going to be extending the water code once again. Now this originally was a 3-tile boardwalk, as you guys can obviously see on the right side of my island. My second build on this entire island, I did a boardwalk basically exactly the same as this one, but it's 4 tiles wide. I was like, oh no, I can do 3 tiles, it'll work just as well. No, I do end up extending this to 4 tiles because one thing I did want to do is make sure that both the areas did match to each other. So that is what I did. That is what I did. And now we are finishing off the water pathing. And what I'm going to do here is just not abruptly end, but finish off the beach by using the rest of the water code just to end the beach. And then we're going to have like a beach area. I do, unfortunately, against my wishes, against my desires, finish the rest of the path code all the way to the back of the island in just a minute, because I'm just like, you know what, finish it and then you'll be done with it, and then you won't have to worry about it in the next video. But essentially I finished the water code, and I'm gonna be putting some palm trees and a couple of things that you would see typically on a beach, you know, like a couple of wheat fields and some sand castles and like other small things. As you can see, here's the sand pathing. Was not happy having to place that, but you know what, it's finished now. It didn't take me too long. Obviously this was a very small section, but like I just keep extending the sand pathing. At this point I might as well just have all sand pathing on this island. But yeah, the very back of this area is going to be my next video. I already know what I'm going to be building, which for me is always a very pleasant surprise. But we're going to be working on a kind of restaurant-y style build that is going to lead over to a fishing port type build right next to my secret beach. And then that'll be it for like the main thing. And then there's going to be a cliff. That might make sense to you, that might not make sense to you, but in my brain I have like a vision. And this is a very big area. This actually expands quite a huge section of the back top left corner of my map to like the back middle. So I have a lot of room to work with, and it's going to be fun because we're going to be making some fake buildings. I may or may not be including a villager's home or two in the build as well. Future me will have to decide that, but that is future me's problem. As I'm saying this, I'm probably already starting to work on the next build, so whatever. Future me is currently present me doing this voiceover. Also, look at these little bird codes. I have not used that yet on this island, but oh my god. Usually I use the, there's like a shadow that kind of shows like birds flying in the air. Usually I use that for summer islands or like coastal islands and stuff. I found those little bird ones and I'm like, I have to use it, but I haven't been using them because like it hasn't I haven't had the opportunity because I haven't been doing like a lot of natural areas on this island, and the ones that I did, like I didn't include it. I'm gonna have to go back and add them, but anyways, as you can see, I'm starting to work on the boardwalk. This is when I realized that I needed to include the fourth tile. So I finished putting the white plumera bushes. These are going to be 2 tiles or 3 tiles separating each other, and then I'm going to be putting a white log stake in between them, in between the second and third tile. I did the exact same thing on the right side of my island, like I said before, and I love how it looks. It's a very, I don't know, like very put together boardwalk, and I wanted to do something a little bit more creative, but at the same time I wanted the sides of my island to match, and like, why not? This also, I think, is a really great way to connect spaces. Like I said, connecting these 2 areas together, the one that's on this side, like towards the middle of my island, towards the back left, I think is a great way of incorporating these spaces together, because now I can just end this white thing and then it looks good. It looks good. It looks good.
Okay.
It looks good. It does, of course, abruptly kind of get cut off with the cliff here, but you know what? Not the end of the world, not something I'm really complaining about. It still looks relatively decent, and I'm not mad about it. And I added a couple of fences just to, you know, finish the space. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun with this build, and I'm really, really looking forward to working on the next one. I think the next build is going to be one of my favorites on this island, because I've always wanted to do kind of like a restaurant strip style build. Hopefully I can put it together effectively enough for you guys. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Make sure to let me know in the comments how you're doing, because I love hearing from you guys. And I hope you enjoy the final walkthrough. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.